adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.
Hello guys, and welcome to Farming Simulator. And good morning, obviously. But welcome to Calmlands Survival Challenge. I think this is episode 3. Yeah, episode 3. So, yeah. Today, I've got a few things planned, nothing too major. There is going to be quite a bit going on, but nothing too major. We're just going to be doing some field prep today. I am going to... what am I going to do? So the field needs, or will need, rolling, weeding, and fertilising. I don't know whether we get all of that done today, but hopefully we're going to be able to buy all of the equipment so it's there and ready. And the other thing is to maybe, if we've got time and the money, is maybe just get a little yard of some sort sorted, so we've actually got somewhere to store all the equipment and it's not just randomly spread out everywhere. But what I am going to do is I'm going to probably jump forwards to October. So I'm going to do that now, and then I will speak to you guys very shortly. Right, so I changed my mind. I didn't end up skipping forwards to October. We probably will do later on in the video. But obviously I want to get a few things done before we actually skip to October, because I don't want to then be pushed for time, because if I skip to October now, I've then got to go out, harvest a load of trees, cut down, take them up to the shop, sell them, buy all the equipment I need, and then have to do it all in October, which I don't think we'll probably have enough time for that. So, because what I'm going to do as well, and the reason why I say I don't have enough time, because you're probably thinking, well, you've got 2 days per month. I've changed it. It still says September the 2nd. Obviously, I register once I've either saved the game or we've slept one more night. But no, I have changed it to 1 day now. So it's just to kind of speed up the process of everything, because I don't want there to be videos where I'm just waiting around doing nothing, or struggling to find things to do, or it just being mainly doing logging, which obviously is all right, but even for me it's a little bit boring. Obviously at the end of it it's all right because of the money, but just doing it over and over again, it's not the funnest of things to do. And obviously, as a viewer's point of view, it's probably the same. Like, you don't want to be seeing the same old stuff, and especially with No Man's Land, because obviously, like you guys would have known, obviously if you have been watching, that No Man's Land is just logging and grass related stuff. So silage, bales, hay, that sort of stuff. So we've got quite a bit of logging on here at the moment, so I didn't want to overdo it with the logging too much on here. But obviously, what else can I do at the moment until we start making money and actually the farm side of it has come into its own and it can run under its own steam, if that makes any sense. Like, the farm's actually functional. There's always stuff to do. It's earning its own money. That's what I mean by that. But obviously, going back to the whole logging and being boring, I'm going to skip forwards once this is loaded. Then I'll meet you guys at the shop. Right, so we're just pulling into the shop. We're all fully loaded. I did forget to mention earlier, obviously in the time where I said I was changing to October, I did actually go ahead and buy a roller, and I've picked it up and it's already back down at the farm. I say it like that because obviously it's not quite a farm yet, but back down by the field or by the tent, whatever you want to call it. So we've got a roller now. I thought it was going to be a bit cheaper than it was. It's still quite expensive. But it is what it is at the end of the day. In all fairness, I'm not going for like the cheapest stuff anyway. Like there's loads of stuff on ModHub, King mods and stuff like that that's really old and really cheap. But I'd rather save that little bit more and get bigger, newer and better stuff, instead of buying that cheap stuff, using it, things taking ages, and then having to upgrade it to something probably like I'm getting, not the rollers so much, but obviously like the seeder, a fertilizer spreader, the one I'm planning on getting, and then getting that stuff, and then having to then progress again later on to something bigger. But not to worry. Right, so we're on our second load of logs. We're going to run in here. Then I'll probably look into getting probably a fertilizer spreader. Or do I get the weeder? Not too sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. But we'll quickly sell these, and then I'll have a look in the shop, and then I'll decide what I want to do. This load was quite heavy. I did turn the tractor over as well. It was a bit lopsided. But to be fair, it wasn't actually the trailer's fault or the tractor's. Obviously, with my steering wheel being a bit weird at the moment, I was trying to steer, because it's really bad at the moment, actually. Yeah, so I kind of like veered off the road, but it was like a bank, and yeah, I went down the bank and just rolled over. So yeah, no, it wasn't that great, but no, there's quite a hefty load on there. Obviously, that was about half the wood sold, and that was $3,500. There's another 2. And there's another 1,300. I'll probably bump it up to about 1,400 with that one. Close. Oh no, it was more like 1,900. But let's have a look, shall we? Where's that weeder? Did I not add it in? No. Can't have done. Well, I might have to pop off. Not like that. No, I might have to disappear. Not yet. Obviously, you guys won't know when I've gone. So, I'll have to obviously go out in the game and then obviously re-add the weeder that I've got installed, as these are just ridiculous. And I want to go for a hoe instead of the actual weeders, because the hoes seem to get all of the weeds out, whereas the weeders, they miss like the smaller ones and the ones in between the crops. It's just like, oh. But in all fairness, once I need to look for some more sprayers, because on ModHub and that, and even King Mods, and King Mods is normally really good, I can't seem to find like any older or like smaller sprayers that have got like a fairly decent sized tank that's cheap as well. I just can't find them, because I would rather use herbicide, because you can use that at any stage of weed growth. It can be first stages, or it can be the last, so it's one of those ones. But obviously, until I reset the game and obviously add the weeder. We'll buy the fertiliser spreader and then I'll chuck that on the trailer with a bag of fertiliser. Well, I'll fill the fertiliser up with the fertiliser and then take it back.
I'm always trying to see through your flaws, 'cause I know that you got so much more to give. You made a real mess, but I miss you though, 'cause I can go to sleep when I'm alone again. Say you wanna fix our problems. How long should I be waiting? Feels like I've had too much of drama, but I'm not ready to give in. I don't wanna see us going on and off again. Baby, all I really want is only on from now. Every time I see a glimpse of your good side, I start wondering how I could make it last a little longer. Say you wanna fix our problems. How long should I be waiting? Feels like I've had too much of drama, but I'm not ready to give in. I don't wanna see us going on and off again. Baby, all I really want is only on from now.
When we were so young, I could never see forever. We'd go midnight driving down that lane, pretending the whole world was lame. Why did we need the thrill to be happy? Nothing does I feel the love now, don't we? We'll go on,
Right, so yes, we have jumped forwards, obviously quite a bit, and obviously I did just whack that time lapse in out of nowhere. But yeah, so we got a little yard now, which is really good. I did actually go ahead and roll this field, but unfortunately it was too late. Obviously the crop started growing, and it didn't actually work. So I spent maybe an hour, maybe even more, and it didn't do nothing. So I cut that out, then obviously jumped forwards to the yard, and now you would have seen I've got the weeder, or the hoe shall I say, and we're cracking on with the field, making fairly good progress. It's kind of hard to see. You'll probably see me trying to adjust the camera all the time to try and actually see where the weeds and that are, but just going round picking out the last few little bits that I think I've missed. I'm just going to check and see whether I've got everything, and by the looks of it I have. So literally all that's left to do is to fertilise. But obviously, unfortunately, I've been recording for ages due to that rolling. But like I said, I would have cut that out so you wouldn't have seen that. I'm not going to fertilise in this episode. I will wait till next episode, because obviously it is only 1 o'clock, so we've got a few hours left of October. So we can do that in the next episode before we skip to the next month. So what I'll do is I'll go part this up in the yard, and then unfortunately guys, that will be the end of episode 3 of Calmlands. But obviously before I leave, hopefully you guys are enjoying this series, and especially Calmsden Farm and No Man's Land as well, because they're starting to get interesting now that they're hitting the higher episodes. So hopefully you guys are enjoying them. If you are, leave a like, and obviously if you are enjoying this, leave a like. If you haven't already subscribed, because I know a few of you aren't that are watching, and it would be very, very grateful if you would. And obviously if you want to keep up with the new episodes and on the different series, then hit that bell button. Cheers guys, and I'll see you in the next one.